What if every time you said, "I'll do it tomorrow," a tiny light appeared somewhere in the world, waiting to remind you that tomorrow isn't promised? This is the story of a boy who discovered a jar filled with exactly those lights, a jar filled with regrets. And one day, he found his own inside it. In a quiet village surrounded by golden fields, there lived a boy named Aaron. While all the other children were out playing games and chasing each other through the streets, Aaron was different. He listened. He was always listening. He listened to the tired baker whisper to himself, "I should have spent more time with my daughter when she was little." He heard the farmer sigh deeply under the hot sun. "One day, I'll finally rest, just not today." He heard the sweet old woman down the lane say, "I used to sing, you know. But life just got so busy." Every night, Aaron would carefully write these words down in a small notebook. He called them lost moments. Each one felt like a little piece of a life that had slipped away, unnoticed. One cold evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Aaron was walking near the river when he saw something glowing beneath the sand. He dug with his bare hands and pulled out a small, beautiful glass jar. Inside, tiny, ethereal lights were floating, dancing like captured fireflies. Curiosity got the better of him. He carefully opened the lid, and instantly, whispers filled the air all around him. Soft, sad voices. "I should have said I love you. I should have tried just one more time. I was too afraid to take the chance." Aaron's heart began to race. He realized that every time someone in his village said, "I wish," or "if only," a brand new light would appear inside this magical jar. And every single night, as more wishes and regrets filled the air, the jar grew brighter and brighter. But the brighter it became, the heavier his own heart felt, as if he were carrying the weight of all those unlived dreams. One evening, a mysterious traveler with kind eyes stopped him on the path. "What do you carry there, boy?" he asked, pointing to the glowing jar. "A jar of regrets," Aaron replied softly. The traveler looked at him, not at the jar, but directly into his eyes. "And when do you live?" he asked. The question hung in the air. Silence. Aaron had no answer. Because, while he was so busy collecting everyone else's regrets, he had forgotten to live his own life. That night, under a sky full of brilliant stars, Aaron sat alone and opened the jar again. Thousands upon thousands of lights flickered inside, a galaxy of sadness. Then suddenly, a new light appeared. It was brighter than all the rest, shining with a painful intensity. And it whispered a new regret, one he had never heard before. "I watched life, but I never lived it." Aaron's breath trembled. His whole body went cold. That regret, that light, it was his. Tears streamed down his face as he finally understood the truth. You can spend your entire life being careful, watching from the sidelines, and still lose the most important thing you have: time. The very next morning, the village woke up to a completely unexpected sight. It was Aaron, but not the quiet, watchful Aaron they all knew. He was laughing, a loud, joyous sound that echoed through the fields. He was running, not away from anything, but towards everything. He helped the baker knead dough, getting flour all over his face. He hugged his parents tighter than he ever had before. He sat with the old woman, and when she started to sing her forgotten songs, he sang right along with her. And slowly, something miraculous began to happen. The lights in the jar started to disappear, one by one. Not because the regrets were being erased, but because the moments were finally being lived. The wishes were becoming actions. Years later, a grown-up Aaron returned to that same spot by the river. The jar was completely empty now. He dug a small hole and buried it back in the sand where he had found it. Before he stood up to leave, He whispered a final message to the world. Don't wait to live your life, because one day, the jar will be full. Remember, the biggest regret you'll ever have isn't what you did. It's what you were too afraid to do. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more.